Good evening, and thank you for joining our virtual transfer fair for all Virginia students. This event is sponsored by Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and admissions counselors, as well as Strive Scan. Before our panelists begin with their presentations, I have a few housekeeping rules. So as you enter this room, you'll notice your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot hear or see you. However, you are still able to ask any questions using the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen. Also wanted to share that you are able to sign up for more sessions like this on our website at strivescan.com/Virginia. And also on that site, you'll be able to see the recording of this within the next few days. So without further ado, we will actually begin with our panelists from George Washington University.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Lindsay. I am from the George Washington University. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm going to spend a few minutes just chatting with you about GW. We are smack in the middle of downtown Washington, D.C. And as you can imagine right now, it's probably an interesting place to be. But this semester and next semester, our students are learning remotely. We know that that's not ideal, but we have decided and we are very confident in our decision that that is safest for our students. When our students are on campus, they are engaging in internships, research, community service, as well as leaving campus for study abroad. Transfer students have access to all of those resources and those experiences, the same as students who are incoming first years or have been on campus since first year as well. We have two campuses, like I said. We have one smack in the middle of downtown Washington, D.C., and that is our Foggy Bottom campus. That one is within walking distance to the National Mall, the monuments, the Kennedy Center. It's right in the hustle and bustle of everything that DC is known for. And our second campus is called the Mount Vernon campus. It's in the Foxhall neighborhood of DC, and it is just 2.5 miles north of the Foggy Bottom campus. And we have shuttles that run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so students utilize both campuses. There's not a group of students that are the Foggy Bottom students or a group of students that are the Mount Vernon students. Our students utilize both. We offer classes on both, housing on both, athletic facilities and workout facilities on both. So no matter what year you are, what your major is, nothing like that will keep our students from utilizing both campuses. Speaking of housing, we do have housing on both campuses. Most housing is on the Foggy Bottom campus, but we do have some housing on the Mount Vernon campus, and all students are required to live on campus for 3 years, transferring students included. So if you are coming to us from maybe Northern Virginia Community College or Montgomery College, which are two top feeder community colleges, a lot of those students we find are commuting. But if you're living outside of an area of more than typically 40 miles, then we do ask those students to live on campus and have that on-campus experience. Otherwise, you can apply for a housing waiver and live at home with your family so that you can just commute to campus. Other things to know for the transfer application process is that we are on the Common Application. Everything that you need is on the Common Application. It is the Transfer Common Application. So if you are just now starting to look at transferring, it is a different Common App than what you used when you were applying to schools. If you did apply to four-year institutions for your first year of college, we need transcripts from your every school that you've attended since you graduated from high school. And if you have less than 30 college level credits completed by the time you are applying, so typically that's in the middle of a semester, then we also need high school transcripts as well. And we also need the college report, and that is a PDF on the Common Application. So do make sure that you are looking for that while you're looking on the Common App. And we also need the one recommendation inside the Common Application from either a high school teacher if you are new to your current college, or ideally from a professor at your current college. But we understand that if you haven't been there very long, you haven't had much time to build a relationship with somebody there. So those are just a few things to think about for the application. Our transferring students are getting involved across campus just like everybody else. We have over 500 clubs and organizations for students to join, and majors that come across all the disciplines, from the fine and performing arts to the visual arts to the STEM fields and everything in between. So our transferring students are eligible for all of those majors. And when you apply to the George Washington University, if you are admitted, then you are given a transfer credit report so that you can see how your transfer credits will transfer. And then I also encourage you to take a look at our course catalog so that you can see how those credits will apply to your intended major. That's even more important than knowing how they will transfer. Applicability is more important because then you'll see how much time you have left when you come to our campus. So that's just the very brief version of how you can transfer to GW. My name is Lindsay. You can see that on the screen. My email address is available at our gwu.edu website on the admissions page as the transfer counselor. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions. But I wish you the best of luck in this process, in your search, and best of luck with the remaining part of your semester.
Thank you, Lindsay. Up next, we have Trinity Washington University.
Hi everyone, my name is Janice Williams. I'm the Director of Transfer Recruitment at Trinity Washington University. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you all are having a great day and I hope you're staying safe during this time. So a little bit about Trinity Washington University. We are located in Washington, D.C. We are very conveniently located to the metro. So if you need transportation, you can do the metro. We also have a bus line out front, ample parking as well. We are the first Catholic liberal arts institution for women. Quick story, the colleges in the area in DC at the time we were founded over 100 years ago, women were not permitted to attend college. So Trinity was founded by a group of nuns to empower women to pursue in higher education. And we still honor that to this day. We are traditionally a women's institution. We are a small school. We have less than 2,000 students. So your classroom sizes are going to be small, typically about 15 to 20 students in the classroom. So you'll definitely get to know your classmates as well as your instructors. We're a very diverse institution, about 90% minority. Most of the population are African-American students and Latina students as well. We do have 5 schools that make up Trinity. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Nursing and Health Professions, the School of Professional Studies, and then we also have graduate programs with the School of Business and Graduate Studies and the School of Education. Of course, we want you to succeed academically, but we do have a lot of resources available to ensure that you're able to excel from a holistic point of view as well. So we assist you with career services, if you need assistance with your resume, with internships, study abroad, career services available. We have a ton of academic support. We do have a health and wellness center, which is great to utilize if you need counseling services or just advice adjusting to college life. We also have a sports and wellness center, which you do have access to as a student of Trinity. We do have a robust student life. We do participate in NCAA Division III sports. We have soccer, basketball, softball, volleyball, and tennis. We do have a lot of activities for our students to participate in. I always encourage students, of course, you want to excel academically, but you want to be involved in student life as well. So with the College of Arts and Sciences, these are daytime, women-only degree programs. The list of majors that we have are at the top here, the bottom in the smaller font. We do have the minors. Of course, you're not required to have a minor. And the application process for Trinity is very simple. For the College of Arts and Sciences, our application is free. We do not have a deadline to apply, so you can apply anytime throughout the year. We do admit students year-round. We accept up to 75 transfer credits. If you've earned a C or higher in your classes, then most likely will be able to fit it into your degree program. So in addition to your application, we need your official transcripts from each school where you've earned college credit. We also require a one-page essay. Let us know why you're interested in attending Trinity. as well as if you have any strengths that will make you successful, any weaknesses you're hoping to overcome. And then we require one letter of recommendation. Great news about the College of Arts and Sciences. Everyone that's admitted receives a scholarship of up to $15,000. And this scholarship is renewable as long as you're under the College of Arts and Sciences and you maintain at least a 2.0. Next, we have our School of Nursing and Health Professions. I'd say one of the most popular majors that we have is pre-licensure nursing that prepares you to be a licensed nurse. We also have an RN to BSN. So if you're attending a community college and you are a licensed nurse, you have your associate's degree, you can pursue your Bachelor of Science in Nursing, or you can go directly from the RN to the MSN. You'll obtain both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. Applying to the School of Nursing and Health Professions, again, the application, free. We require all of your official transcripts. As far as GPA, they like to see it at least a 3.0. We do accept 75 transfer credits, one-page essay, and a letter of recommendation. Finally, we have our School of Professional Studies. So these are co-ed evening and weekend degree programs. We do allow experiential learning as a way for students to earn credits. Typically, students of the School of Professional Studies are older students. So they come to us with a lot of work experience, volunteer experience. There's a class that you can take that will allow you to put together a portfolio where you can outline your experience and potentially earn credit. Typically, classes only meet one time per week for the School of Professional Studies, again, during the evening, and then we have Saturday classes as well. And applying to School of Professional Studies, pretty much the same as the other schools, the application, which is free, we need your transcripts and an essay. And here's some information about financial aid. I always encourage students to complete the FAFSA. That'll let you know if you're eligible for grants as well as loans. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Trinity. Up next, we have Troy University.
Hello, everybody. My name is Danielle Johnson. Get this going for you guys. I am a recruiter here at Troy University based out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Troy is a state school based out of Troy, Alabama. We have been around since 1887, and we are constantly expanding. We've changed names a couple of times, but we are now Troy University. And we aim to try and help prepare our students both in the traditional classroom and through online programs for adults that can't attend traditional college. We also have a very close, longstanding commitment to helping and working with the United States military members and their families. So we are very proud, accredited state university. And what we do here, we actually promote their online school. So I will be talking mostly about that, but if you do have any questions afterwards about our physical campus down in Alabama, I can definitely help you. We are regionally accredited with the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, or SACS as we call it. We also have specialized accreditations, and I went too far, specialized accreditations with the AACSB for business, COSMA for sports management, and the ACEN for nursing. I won't go through all of our recognitions, mostly because we're on a time constraint, but we have been ranked by Military Times. Princeton Review has ranked us, as well as Best as Online Programs with the US News. So each year we kind of go through and look at our rankings, but we are very proud of that. Sorry about that. We do have a football team that we're very proud of. So if you do come to Troy and you go through the online school, you do actually have a team to root for. We are a football bowl subdivision. Sorry, that's new for me. And all of our other sport teams are Division I. And then this is just a picture of our support center that we have here in Chesapeake, Virginia. We are the 3rd floor up there. We're located at 100 Volvo Parkway in Suite 300 in Chesapeake, Virginia. Our office number is listed up here. That does come to the main office, and it can be connected to any of us. And our support site, we don't do classes there, but we are there if you need a place to come and do something on the computer, print things. We do proctored exams there. So we have a lot of resources for students. We just don't do physical classes. But our testing center is open, and we are one of the few open ones in the area. So we do CLEP exams. We do proctored exams for other schools and for our school. You just have to call that number that you see on the screen and schedule it with our proctor, Sally. So we try to serve our community at large by giving quality educational opportunities for working adults and other non-traditional students through our innovative programs and delivery methods through our online school. We do try to give you a comprehensive, competitive education that you can do anytime, anywhere. You're never required to be online or be in a classroom, if you will, at a certain time. And we do give our students the freedom to earn their degrees at their own pace. So you can actually choose, we do 5 9-week-long terms in a year, and you can choose how many classes you take each term. And you can choose, if you say you want to do 1 class, 1 term, then you want to skip a term, and then you do 3 classes the next term. If you're undergrad, you can do that. So we cap undergrads at 4 classes, I believe 12 credit hours per term, and then we cap graduate level at 6 credit hours per term. We do have a number of programs, all 100% online. We do have an associate's degree. We have 29 options on bachelor degrees. We do have an undergraduate certificate in digital forensics. We have 58 options on master's degrees, 5 options on doctorate degrees, and then we have 12 graduate certificates. So we try to be very broad across the board on the options that we give you, but we do go a little bit all over the place. Our bachelor degrees do require you to have a minor for the most part. I believe only the business degrees don't have that, but it's included in the 120 credit hours to get the bachelor's degree. So it's not an additional requirement. And then our tuition rates, we try to be very competitive. We, for undergraduate, it's $338 per credit hour. For graduate, it's $494 per credit hour. It does not matter where you live. It does not matter where you're at. If you're doing online, that is your cost. You do have an application fee. For undergraduate, it's $30 for the application fee. For graduate, it's $50. It is due upon the submission of the application, but that is the only additional fee you're going to get from us. So after that fee is paid, it's literally just the cost per credit hour each term that you owe. So the admissions process is a little fun. So what I'm showing here is strictly for undergrad. Graduate level, it depends on the program you're in. But you will have to submit your application through troy.edu. And then you'll have to submit all of your college transcripts. If you have less than 12 credit hours of college coursework, you will need to submit your high school as well. Minimum GPA is a 2.0. And I see you have jumped back up here, so I will skip through. We do have some scholarships, so make sure you check those out on the webpage, but these are my contact information for me as well as my coworkers in the Hampton Roads area. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Troy University. Up next, we have UNC Charlotte.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jamie Dawkins, and I'm going to go ahead and switch my screen over so you can see. I'm with UNC Charlotte. I'm actually the Assistant Director for Transfer Admissions here, which means I hang out with transfer students all day, every day. And I'm really excited to get to talk to you a little bit about Niner Nation. We are North Carolina's urban research university located about 9 miles right outside of the center city of Charlotte. We're the state's largest transfer institution, and we're really proud of that. So we bring in more transfer students than any other UNC system school. And in recent years, we've actually brought in more transfer students than first-year applicants. So we're really proud to be home and to be transfer friendly for those that are exploring an option here in North Carolina. We are the fastest growing university in the state. So as you may know, the Charlotte area is a fast growing area in our nation. It's talked about quite a bit, and that growth has certainly made its way to our campus. We're really excited about it, and it's led to some great new additions. 22 buildings in the last 7 years. Our coolest addition is actually the light rail, which is an above ground subway system that connects our students from campus to the center city area. No additional cost. You use your Niner ID and you hop right on there and you're in Uptown in about 20 minutes, which is really, really cool. Students have easy access to all the great things that our big city has to offer. So whether you're wanting to go into Uptown for a cool restaurant, a cultural event, a sporting event, or a concert, or maybe you're wanting to go up there for a co-op or an internship, students have easy access, and we feel very connected to our center city of Charlotte and appreciate the support that the industry that's there has for our university. We are a large public institution. We're just over 30,000 students. We hit that 30,000 mark this past fall. So really excited about that growth. I always like to break it down a little bit for our transfer students because I know that number can seem a little overwhelming. So of our undergraduate population, about half of our students are transfer, which means when you get here, you're going to be in classes and in organizations and doing clubs and going out to different events across campus. And the folks that you're with, about half of them are going to be transfer students just like you. So hopefully that makes you feel right at home. Within our 30,000 student population, specifically our undergraduate population, which is about 25,000, 49 of the 50 states are currently represented. So we do welcome our students from out of state, especially those in our neighboring states. We see quite a few folks from Virginia, from Tennessee, from South Carolina, and Georgia as well. And then 40% of our students are identifying as part of an underrepresented population. So we really pride ourselves in being able to offer a diverse and global experience on campus. Our hope is that you are looking for that in your college. When you get to campus, you are certainly going to learn amongst others that come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, have different perspectives. And our hope is that you are ready and willing to work in whatever environment you might find yourself in, thanks to the global experience that you have at UNC Charlotte. In terms of our classrooms and our programs, I do like to highlight that we have 171 majors for students to choose from. And then, of course, we have some graduate level programs if you chose to continue your degree with us. Our current student to faculty ratio is 19:1, and our average classroom size is 35, which many students are impressed by when they think about a school of 30,000. I will tell you, I've been with the institution for a number of years, and these numbers have not changed. We've continued to keep that classroom average at 35, continue to make sure our student to faculty ratio is at 19:1 so that all of our students feel supported and can have those meaningful relationships that we know foster success with their professors. So the next thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is the application process. So transfer students will apply online through our website. You can visit our website, admissions.uncc.edu/transfers to apply there online. We are looking for at least 24 transferable credits, a minimum 2.0 GPA. You do need to be in good standing with your current institution in order to transfer to Charlotte. And then we also are looking for you to have either college or high school math complete. We prefer college level math. It's not a requirement, but we know that it helps ease your transfer. It makes your transition go a lot smoother. So if you can come with college algebra, statistics, something like that complete, you'll be setting up for a much more streamlined transfer process to UNC Charlotte. Now we do have some majors. I mentioned we have 171. We have a couple that are slightly more competitive than the 24-hour and 2.0. So if you're interested in business, computer science, engineering, or nursing, know that those are programs we offer. They're really well known on our campus. They're very strong programs, all accredited, but they do have some additional requirements beyond 24 hours and a 2.0. So if any of those programs are of interest to you, please reach out. My staff is happy to talk to you about those individual requirements for those programs and to help make sure you're competitive for them. In terms of our application deadlines, you can see them there on the screen. We are still reviewing applications for the upcoming spring term. That deadline is November 15th. Students interested in starting with us in the fall semester should apply by July 1st. And then we do have 2 summer terms that transfer students can apply for with deadlines in May and June. My recommendation is that transfer students apply about a semester in advance to make sure you're hitting marks in terms of being able to get housing on campus if you'd like, getting your financial aid in place, applying to scholarships, because many scholarship deadlines are actually earlier than the application deadlines. So again, the sooner you apply, the sooner you can kind of get your admissions decision from us, but B, continue with some of those scholarship and financial aid processes. In terms of when you're ready to actually apply, you'll just submit that online application. There's a $75 application fee. We do require an official high school transcript from all students. Know that if you have 24 hours or more, we're not reviewing your high school performance. We just need to have that on file. And then we do need an official transcript from every college you previously attended. You can have those items sent straight to us. And again, once we have everything, it takes us about 6 to 8 weeks, or we ask for 6 to 8 weeks to make that admissions decision. But in many cases, we can actually turn that around much quicker. So hopefully that streamlined is easy enough for everyone to follow along with. The next thing I would encourage you all to do is just to make sure that you're creating your Future 49er portal. This is on our website. It's the way you can stay in contact with our team. And that's how we can continue to send you information about the university. Eventually, that's actually where you'll apply, but ultimately it can provide you transfer specific information, reminders about our application deadlines and processes, and just help you feel more connected as you're preparing and exploring your transfer options at UNC Charlotte. The last thing I want to mention is that our team works very closely with transfer students prior to them making their way here. So our team is dedicated to answering your questions, whether you have questions about the actual transfer admissions process, you have questions maybe about courses and how they transfer, or actually want some course suggestions based on one of the programs that we offer. Our team is equipped to do that. We have some great resources on our transfer admissions website that will help you with transfer credit, but our team can also meet with you one-on-one via the phone, online through through a Zoom session, or via email, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I will let you guys know a couple of updates about campus right now. We do offer on-campus housing, though we are housing at a smaller rate right now. Transfer students are welcome to live on campus. We have a number of apartment options that those students really enjoy, and a couple of places where transfer students tend to live together. We are currently working or offering classes both in person and online at this time, and expect that to continue through the spring semester, where historically we're a more traditional campus with the vast majority of our classes being in person. We are currently offering a little bit more of those online and hybrid options with a few in-person courses just to ensure everyone's safety. If you have questions about the financial aid process, about scholarships, about tuition and fees, definitely let us know. We can talk about that with you. But we do encourage all students to complete the FAFSA. List UNC Charlotte, whether you're for sure applying or not. Remember, you can list up to 9 or 10 schools on that FAFSA. So by listing us, it's no harm. It just ultimately will help you get that financial aid award with us sooner should you choose to apply. But we are really excited about our beautiful campus. We are a Division I institution in terms of sports. We offer over 400 student organizations. And again, because of our large transfer population, we are sure that when you get to campus, you're going to make Niner Nation your home, just like the rest of our 30,000 students have. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Feel free to take a screenshot of this slide and reach out with any questions you have. Thank you guys for your time and have a great night.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, we have University of East London.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. My name is Caitlin Banania, and I am the Americas Recruitment Officer at the University of East London. So first off, hello from London. It is nearly 1 a.m, so I'm happy to be here, but I'm also going to try to keep this very short. So before I talk about studying at UEL, I want to talk about London first. So this quote says, "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life." These words were said by Samuel Johnson, who was a famous English writer. And I really think that this quote captures the beauty and the essence of London. London is the top destination in the world for international students. There are more than 100,000 students studying in our capital. And there's just so much that London has to offer. It's one of the very few places in the world that just has opportunity everywhere, and you never know what's waiting for you around the corner. It's one of my favorite things about London, and there are very few places that can even offer that. So this is a photo of our Docklands campus. We've got 3 campuses based in East London. We're also one of the very few London universities that has accommodation on campus. As you can see, it's right on the river, so all of our students get to wake up to that beautiful view. If you see the circle in the photo, that's actually a tube station. So London has one of the biggest public transport systems in the world. Everyone relies on the tube. People from London, they don't drive. I know, like, because I'm from America, so the thought of, not driving, it sounds very strange. But once I moved over, I kind of had to learn how to use public transport. I had to actually learn how to take the train and take the bus. But once I actually learned it, I literally embraced it, and I was constantly taking the tube all the time. I think it's super fast, super efficient, and it's just so reliable. So the university can trace its roots back to 1892 when we were open under a different name. And in 1992, we gained university status. We have 17,000 students on campus, and 20% of which are international students. We've got a wide variety of programs and subjects spread across 6 different schools, but you can visit our website for the full course list. So just to compare the University of East London and the USA, it's free to apply. Whereas in the US, it's typically not free to apply. We also do rolling admission. So what that means is once you submit your application, it typically takes 2 to 4 weeks to receive a decision. The deadline to apply is the end of July, but we encourage everyone to apply sooner rather than later, just because the later, or I guess the longer you wait, it tends to get very busy. So the earlier you apply, the sooner you will receive a decision. This is typically not the case in the US. It's usually non-rolling, and there's usually a deadline. So our deadlines are very, very flexible, especially for our international students. The duration of our undergraduate degrees are just 3 years, but for a transfer student, that means you can finish your degree in just 1 to 2 years with us. You guys know how long college is in the US. Tuition for the first year is $17,000 US. This includes free textbooks for the entire degree, so you're not going to be expected to upfront any of the costs. That's not the same case in the US. So tuition for the entire degree is just over $50,000 US, whereas in the US, it typically starts at around 100,000 and can go up to 200,000. And just a little bit more of a comparison. So all of our students get their own private room, private bathroom and shower, which I cannot emphasize how much I loved that when I was a student. It's something that I love telling the girls about. You just have to share the kitchen. The accommodation, it starts at about $7,500 per year. Meal plans are not compulsory, and we do not require our students to live on campus at any point in time. But of course, for a first-year international student, it is highly recommended. Transferring to UEL, so we require a minimum GPA of 2.5 when you submit your application on the Common App transfer portal. Just be sure to include a copy of your transcript. We just need to be able to see the transcript to figure out whether you can come in for second year, or if in fact you can come in for the final year, the third year. So we offer level 5 and level 6, so that's second year and final year entry. You can finish your degree in just 1 to 2 years. And not just that, but you get to live in one of the world's most dynamic cities, and you get to travel to Europe on the weekends. So I'm not sure how many universities in the US will allow you to do that, but if you have any questions, this is my team's email. Feel free to contact us at any point in time. And if you would like to arrange a FaceTime or a Skype call, I'm more than happy to do that as well. I know there's a lot to think about when you are even considering doing your degree abroad. I did it myself, and I'm always happy to answer any questions or share my experience. But thanks so much for letting me share, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everybody, for attending today's virtual transfer fair. As you are exiting the session, you will be presented with a quick survey of 4 questions. This feedback is always appreciated. Also, we do have other sessions available on our website, as well as the recording for tonight's session will be made available the next few days. Thank you again for attending, and thank you to our panelists. Have a great evening, everybody.